Where does it link it?
Brother, are you wasting my time? Like, it's right there. You read over it.
Is it written about his support, or is it Walter Bragman or the clips?
It literally, like you said, the word critiques. You got to be hyperlinked right there.
Wait, which one? Critiques? Where?
I'll check to see if it's the second last paragraph. Just 1 second.
I don't think I said critiques. What is this guy saying, bro? I'm like looking at it, right? I'm reading it off. Like, is this guy just like trolling with me? It's critics, not critiques. I don't even see where it says critics. This just says the clips from Harris's 2010 speech, as well as other clips from her criminal justice speeches were shared Monday by them. A freelance article. It doesn't say any critic. Is it the critic you're referencing? Is it Walter Bragman? Do I click on him? Holy shit, dude. The fact that it's taken this long is actually really concerning, dude.
Well, okay. If you won't click that link, I have another article.
What link? I don't know what to click.
Well, if you can't read the word for the link, brother, I can't help you click it.
What word has the fucking link, dude? I don't know how this is so complicated.
They said it in chat. It said the critiques word. It's underlined in red.
There is no critiques word underlined in red. In the second to last paragraph.
Yeah, I can just give you the link or like read off.
Yeah, just tell me the title. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. It says it's through the Reason doc. It's the Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Yep. Lies about truancy laws. Defends criminalizing kids who miss school.
It wasn't even criminalizing kids who miss school. I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't even criminalizing parents, kids who miss school.
Wait, what article is it?
The Reason?
The Reason.
The Reason Roundup.
The Reason? That's not even... Let me...
1.8
So not even a Washington
followers.
Post. The Reason Roundup. Reason.com?
1 second. Yep, that's the website.
It says defends criminalizing parents whose kids miss schools, by the way. Where does it say it within this? Because, by the way, this is not the Washington Post. So a whole different source now that was not even linked.
Yeah, the Washington Post one was pretty good too, but this one, it states the same thing. I can give you the Washington Post one as well. This one's a bit better, but I can. We can do
So
the
where
Post
in this does it say that? What you're looking for? What? Oh my god, am I getting trolled right now?
It's the first big paragraph. There should be a media thing of Trump doing something stupid.
What?
And then it should be the first paragraph.
You're trolling me. What are you talking about?
If we have the same, there's like a GIF of Trump going across.
There is no GIF of Trump on the screen. Nothing on the article.
The second paragraph. I'll read the words out for you. Just a second.
We were also.
Yep, that's the one. Do you have a GIF on your page for that?
No, there's nothing. No GIF.
No, there's no pictures or media there. Okay,
I don't see anything. Yeah. Okay, so where does it say within what you're referencing?
The part where she regrets doing it, and that she couldn't change it, but
at the end of it, it says, "But all Harris actually said was that she stands by her efforts, but regrets some parents were arrested under the law, saying this was not the intention."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then she couldn't fix it. I think that's like pretty clearly, boldly, like she didn't.
That's a lie. This isn't a lie. Yeah. And by the way, this is an unwrongful conviction, because you said a wrongful conviction. This is specifically just someone being arrested where they talked to the person.
Yep, and they arrested them. Like you said, they said there was no arrests and stuff. That there is.
That was at that time in 2010. That was according to the article that you cited me, sir.
Right.
This is from
But just like Trump,
2019. This is what she said in
yes,
2019 as compared to what she said in 2010. And by the way,
that's
what
what I'm
was
saying.
true in
It
that
happened,
article that specifically said as up to 2010?
but you said there was no arrest. We just proved it right there that
By
there is
up to
arrests, and
2010. Up to 2010. And that was what your article said. I was just reading off what your article said.
doesn't say that up to 2010, and you know
It
that.
did say that. That's what the previous
No, it
article
doesn't.
said. I have it literally right here
Yes,
on the
yes, the
Guardian
previous
article. Why are you lying?
No, you're lying. We're not talking about the previous
It
article.
literally
We're
says
talking about this one.
as San Francisco's district attorney, Harris had prosecuted at least 25 truancy cases as of late 2010. No parents were arrested and none were jailed. So it says as of
Okay,
late
so
2010,
but
this is what was true. And by the way, what you're referencing is a particular
yes,
article about her talking about running for president of the United States in 2020,
and
right? And in
saying about the
2019,
arrests
what she
that
said,
happened.
literally, by the way, this is 7 years ago. And what we're referencing specifically originally was in 2010, as of late 2010. You're being dishonest. But by the way, again, in this circumstance, you're still not referencing a lie that she engaged in.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it says that right there. She regrets of the arrests that happened, and she says that there were no
That it
arrests.
was not her
So
intention, not
how
a
is that
lie,
not a
not a
lie?
lie.
How is that not a lie?
Wait, no, the claim that there was no arrests was specifically made by the Guardian article.
Yes, which you seem to say is the truth, and she,
Wait.
I've,
That's not. Wait, so you're saying that I'm lying now? That's your argument?
well,
Is I'm
no, I'm
lying, not
saying,
Kamala Harris?
no, I'm saying Kamala Harris has lied. She
So
said there was
where?
no
What's the
arrests.
lie? What's the lie?
I'm saying there's no arrests, right? That's what she said, and now we see
That's
an
not what she
article
said. That's
that
not what
is
she said at
saying
all.
there's
That's what the
arrests.
Guardian article says.
Yeah, but it's quoted from her.
No, it's
It's
not.
from her.
You
It's
want to
from
bet? Do you
her
want to bet?
disposition.
Do you want to bet?
What are we betting?
You said that Harris specifically said, right, that there was no arrests,
Yeah,
right?
she said
In the
there's
Guardian
no
article,
arrests,
you said it quoted her saying that.
and you're saying that they said there's no arrests.
No, you're saying that they quoted her saying that in the
Yeah,
article.
no, I'm saying like you're saying that they're saying there's no arrests, like the Guardian.
Yeah, I'm saying the Guardian made that claim, and it's not them quoting Harris.
Okay, so which source is incorrect then?
Well, can you
Because
just
if the Guardian
what?
says there's no arrests, and this article
You
said there
claimed
were arrests.
wait. You claimed what was in the Guardian article. You claimed they quoted Harris. Do you want to bet on that? They did not
Yeah.
quote Harris, claiming that there were no arrests. That's not what they quoted.
Okay, so we can agree that there were arrests then, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and just as Trump should have been arrested for the grape, do you believe that these parents should be arrested for neglecting their child and put in jail?
Well, they should have been given a fine, right? If there was a situation that determined that they actually did this. But in the situations you're referencing, that was not determined that they did this. It was simply just to determine and to investigate. So that's why she
They were
disagreed and said that
arrested
wasn't her intention. Now, can you
and they
please
were prosecuted.
wait, sir? Can you admit that it did not say in the Guardian article that she said this?
Yep. And then can you
You
admit
do?
that
Okay, so then where
shouldn't
did
be
she
put-
lie? What was her
Well,
lie?
Because she regrets putting those people
That's
in
not a lie.
prison,
Not a lie.
right? And she
Not a
said
lie.
she would fix it.
Not a lie.
And then she left.
No, this is
She didn't fix it.
wait. Actually, the quote you're making of her regretting that is from 2019. So not a claim that she made from the position of San Francisco, right? In terms of being the district attorney. So by the way, I just proved your statement to be a lie. The only one who's lying here is you.
No, it says it right in there that she regrets her decisions.
So do you think
made.
regretting is lying?
No, but when you say that,
Oh,
you're
okay,
gonna
so let me
fix it
clarify.
and
So
you
what's the
don't,
lie? What's the lie?
That's the lie.
So, sir, what's
So
the lie?
her saying that she was going to get those people out of prison, and that she was
Wait, they
saying
were
that
never in prison.
there were people arrested and prosecuted
There
and
was-
put in jail.
No person was put in prison. You're lying.
Well, we just looked at it and we just saw.
Wait,
that
no,
there's
you
people
didn't.
arrested
No,
and
you
put in
didn't.
prison.
Sir, why are you keep making just another false claim after I disprove all your
Well,
false
maybe
claims?
jail, maybe jail, not prison.
So, okay, so again, what you're
Yeah.
referencing is specifically them just literally trying to investigate, which, by the way, she said that she regretted and disagreed with, and that wasn't the intention of the policy. Not a lie. Can you tell me what the lie is?
That she definitely was intending on that policy, and she doubled down on
Wait,
it.
oh,
and
wait, what
then
evidence? Wait,
regretted it, said she
what?
would fix
Okay,
it,
so
and
what
then didn't
evidence
fix
do you
it.
have that that was her intention?
Well, I mean, she says it in the article. That's a good.
No, she
start.
doesn't. She never said that was her intention to arrest people specifically who did not actually do this.
Yeah, but it happened, and she didn't fix it. So the lie is.
Wait,
she
wait,
didn't
wait.
fix
So,
it.
so that's not a lie.
But if she said she was going to fix it and didn't fix it, is that not a lie? See, this is
What?
why I wanted
Wait,
to
no. When did
establish
she
the
say that?
terms
Wait,
from
wait. When
before,
did she say that she
because
was
you
going?
said
Wait.
that
When
is a
did she
lie.
say? When did she say that she was going to fix it? What year?
It's that 2015 to 2017 year. She said
Was
she was going to
she
fix
was
it in
she
that
even
term.
district attorney that year?
She said she was going to fix it in that term
What
for the
years was she
truancy
district
thing.
attorney in San Francisco?
No, she said she was going to fix it and didn't. That's what she's saying. She regrets it.
That
It's
was
when she left.
she
She
said
said
she
she was going to
regretted it
fix
in
it.
2019, dude. And by the way,
Yep,
she
I
was
know, but
district attorney of San Francisco from 2004 to 2011.
right. And she said she was
So
going to
why are
fix
you
what she
lying?
did
Why are you
wrong in
lying?
20. I'm saying she was going to fix
She
what
said
she
she was
was
going to
going to
fix
do
it
wrong
after
in
she was not even
20.
district attorney anymore? What does that even
Yeah, and
mean?
then she didn't. But she didn't fix it. She said she
How
was
is she
going
going
to
to
try and
fix
pass
it not
laws.
as district attorney? You're lying.
She was still
You
in
are lying.
parliament.
Dude, sir, you're
She
actually
was still in
lying right
parliament.
now. You are
So
actually
you're saying
lying right now.
there's
Why are
no
you
federal.
lying?
You're saying there's no
Why do you keep
federal
lying about her?
sway on the state laws. You're saying there's no federal sway on the state laws because she was
No,
moved
she can't
into.
impact it from that. So give me any quote of her
Yes, you
saying that
can.
she was
Yes,
going
you
to fix
can.
it in San Francisco. After that point, tell me. Give me any. Give
Yeah,
me
it's
any
in that
source.
article. Just read down to the next. Just read down the
That
next
article does
paragraph.
not say that.
It's in the next paragraph, brother. You just
Okay,
gotta
so
read it.
what? What? Read it off.
Okay. Well, I can't have it
Oh,
up
then tell
and
me
read it at the
tell me
same
the
time.
paragraph so I can read it
Okay.
off. And by the way, like his fucking source for this is an opinion piece. It's an opinion piece.
It's the fifth paragraph, and you can read like the conversation they had. It's dotted, spaced out.
Yeah, so it's literally just Tapper saying, "Well, you pushed for a statewide law, right? A statewide truancy law." And she said, "And the state?" And then he said, "And people were thrown into jail under that law." She said, "Not by me." Tapper said,
Yeah,
"Not by you, but you supported the law."
but you did the law. Like, I mean, she didn't. Yeah, she didn't like handcuff him and put him in jail. We all know that. But like, obviously, it's a result of her actions. That, I mean, we all have to take accountability for something. So it's like right there, man. I don't know why we're getting so worked up. It's also, I don't even consider it a big deal, but she like clearly lied.
Where's the
there,
lie?
and
I
it's
don't see
like,
where the lie is.
okay, well, she says not by me, and I would consider that the most dishonest thing you could probably
Wait,
say
wait,
at that
wait.
moment.
Wait, so if she said not by me, what was wrong about what she said?
That it is because of her, so that's a lie.
It's not though. I push the galaxy
Is
down.
it?
So let
Is
me
it
clarify.
not her law
So
that she passed?
let me clarify. It was not by her though. She didn't put them in jail.
But she did with her law. Like, I don't understand why. Why does Trump like? I don't give Trump a pass on any of the dumb shit he's done. I'm not going to give Harris
Okay,
a
push
pass
the
either.
corgi. Well, your issue was that she enforced this, right?
Well, yeah, that's
Not that she
exactly the
passed
issue
a
with Trump on
policy.
most things, right?
No, no. Your point was that she enforced this when she was district attorney. That was your point.
Yep.
Okay, she didn't
And then
enforce it
she
as district
regretted
attorney
it
to lead to
and
jail.
said she was
So
going to
then she
fix
didn't
it
lie.
after.
Again,
Yeah,
nothing
but
about what she said is a
regretted
lie
it.
there.
Said she was going to fix it after, and it never got fixed.
So,
Those
still, by
people
the way,
never got-
the fact that it's taking you, how long has it taken you to try to find even one line? You still haven't done it. This is such a waste of time, dude.
well,
This
I've
is
given you
why
so many.
you have not given me so many. We've spent 54 minutes having this conversation, and you still can't give me a specific lie because this is not a lie.
How is that? How is that not considered a lie?
That's not a lie. What's the lie? Tell me. What's the statement that
telling
what
you.
she said that was intentionally false?
Well, we can go with the one you just read, but the next paragraph does state about her.
Wait, no.
thoughts
What
of
is the statement? Tell me. I
changing
want to
the
hear.
law.
I want to hear it out loud. What is the statement that is? She said intentionally that was wrong, and she intentionally knew
They're
it was
not in
wrong.
prison because they're not in jail because of me. It's like, well, yes, they are. Like
That's not-
that's
no, so-
inherently incorrect. That's actually really bad. I actually really don't like that she said that because it makes it sound like nothing's my fault. Like, you shouldn't be in jail. Like, the law is there. You should have just followed it,
Push the
and
corgi.
you wouldn't be in jail. But like, the law was made by her, and she separated kids and parents, which I really don't like. Which I really don't like about Trump.
All
But it
she's
seems to
saying
be,
in that
no
circumstance
matter who I vote
is that
for,
no, she
parents
wasn't
get
the one
separated by
to.
children.
Sir, all she's saying in that circumstance is saying that she isn't the one to enforce it. Does that make sense?
Well, then, who do you blame, Trump or ICE?
Wait, so then let me clarify. That's quite literally going to be relevant, right? This is not something that she enforced as district
Yeah,
attorney.
but
That's all she said.
well, I mean, she enforced the law. She said she didn't actually be the one to, like, she's not making
She
the
just
police officers
supported. You're
do
just saying
it.
she supported the
Yeah,
law, not that she enforced the law.
I mean,
She's
I
saying she
think
didn't
she
enforce it,
was she not district attorney?
but she didn't enforce that one.
She made the law.
But she didn't put anyone in jail under her administration. Can you? Is that true?
It says it right there. She said she didn't put. I didn't put those people in jail. Like, but the
Okay.
law she made did. And it's
Okay,
just
but
like Trump with ICE. Like, is it ICE's fault or Trump's fault?
Trump's
Because
actively.
he's only made the law. He didn't.
He's
He's not the one throwing them in jail, right? It wasn't him.
so he's making the law and enforcing it under his administration.
Yep, and she enforced it under her administration. That's why people
No,
got
she
put into
didn't.
jail.
She all she's saying is that she didn't throw anyone in jail under her administration when she was in office. So by the way, you can say that you think that she didn't add the extra context I wish she would have added, but that's not evidence of her lying.
I'm not saying that. She's literally just said she didn't throw people in jail. I don't know. This doesn't even help me in the argument at all. Like, you could even concede that she said that.
All
And that
she
it's
said is
that
not
great
by
of a thing
me.
to say. And it's not even that. Yeah, don't you
Yeah,
think
wait.
the lack of
By the way, sir,
accountability there is
I can acknowledge when she said something that was a lie or something that I consider to be wrong. I'm just telling you, this is not a lie because you don't know what a lie is, and I'm describing to you how it's not a lie, and you're simply just trying to say it over and over again because you literally failed in the past 30 minutes to provide me any actual lie that she engaged in.
I mean,
It's
I keep
embarrassing,
giving you
dude.
lies and you just saying it's not a lie.
I proved to you how it's not a lie.
You didn't prove to me.
I
You gave me your
absolutely
opinion.
did.
No, like, she supported that law, and then it got people put in jail. I don't understand.
But that's
how
not the claim that
we
she's
don't
making.
agree on that.
That's not the claim that she's making.
She's
You're
saying she didn't put.
Sir,
she didn't put the people.
you're
in jail.
misrepresenting
The
her
district
claim.
attorney-
You're
You're saying the district attorney.
Dude, you're
that
literally
supported that
misrepresenting
law-
her claim to say that she lied.
So you're saying the district attorney that supports that law and heavily supported and pushed it through, that was written for. She saw the law written, because I know district attorneys don't make laws; they just sign them. And you're saying that her signing that law and enforcing it and putting it into power means that she's not the one who technically put people in jail. Is that what we're going to go with?
Yeah, she's just claiming that no
Well,
one was
then,
put
now
in
you're wasting
jail
my time, man.
by
Now you're
her
wasting
or
my
under
time.
her
That's kinda
administration.
It was under her administration, bro. She passed the law, and that's why she regrets doing it. And that's why when she said she was going to fix it,
She regrets
she
regrets
never
that the
fixed it.
law inevitably led to that because it wasn't her intention.
Okay, so why would we trust someone like that in power if she can't
If
simply
if
do
she made a
laws like that?
mistake,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why does
what?
it matter? Who I
Because
vote for?
people can make mistakes and they can learn from them and do better. I think that's a lot better than Trump. Trump literally does way worse every fucking day of the week, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
but he doesn't.
Let me just
he doesn't
clarify.
put
The
people in
one
jail,
thing
buddy.
you are
He only
grasping for
enforces
straws for to
laws.
try to say is a lie, right? I can give you 100 things that Trump's done that's blatant lies. Okay? How about Donald Trump saying that the election was stolen in 2020? Do you think the election was stolen in 2020?
When he won, they said the election was rigged. Every politician who loses says the election is rigged on
Wrong.
both sides.
Did Kamala
They
Harris
both
say the
that.
election was rigged in 2024?
What are you talking about? They said there was Russian involvement. On
No,
both
wait.
sides,
I'm asking you.
on both elections.
Did Kamala Harris say that the election was rigged in 2024?
No, but the one he lost before.
Wait, hold on. Pause. You said every single election they say is rigged. That's not true. So I just proved to you that we didn't do that in 2024. So can you then acknowledge Donald Trump lied, right, about the election, said it was rigged with absolutely no evidence
What
when
about-
60 plus
what about
courts indicated no
2020?
sufficient evidence to overturn the election, and there were audits in every single swing state that indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election. Do you agree that's a lie?
Yep, I do.
Okay, do you agree that he constantly perpetuates this lie even to this day?
Correct. And then
Okay.
do you agree that in 2020 they said when
Wait,
he won
do you think Trump
the
is more
election
of a
was
lie?
rigged
How about
on the recount?
they
said
did
the
not say
recount.
that. They did not say that.
They did. They
No,
did.
they didn't. That's not true.
I mean, do I have to pull up another article, or is that wasting too much of
you
your time?
want to go
Like,
for it? You can.
Yeah,
They never said it
they
was
did.
rigged.
They did.
No, they didn't. All they did was look into and investigate Russian interference in the election, and they indicated no collusion between Trump and Russia to indicate that they would have caused the election to be overturned. You have no actual
are you
evidence for your
talking about
position
the
at all. You're
You're
just
going to say
yapping.
that Clinton didn't say there was, it was rigged. Is that what you're going to tell me right now? Or are we?
Yes, I am. When she was claiming the illegitimate president claim, right, she's only referencing the notion of the Electoral College and how she disagrees with it. She's not saying that she believes that the election was rigged. That's not what she was saying. King of the Golden State, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Yeah, this guy's absurd.
So you're saying that she's saying he's an illegitimate president due to the way the voting happened, is not saying it was rigged?
Yeah, that's not saying it's rigged, because she's just saying that she disagrees with the Electoral College.
That is super wild way to interpret words.
That's not me interpreting it in a weird way. That's exactly what she said. Everyone knows this, because she disagrees with the Electoral College, and he didn't win the popular vote. He won because of the Electoral College. I don't think that's complicated, and you're just reaching. The mental gymnastics required to hold your position is absolutely nuts. Not to mention the 30,000 confirmed lies under Trump's first administration are misleading statements, right? We can point to the fact that he cheated on every single one of his wives, and he lied about it and falsified business records in order to be able to hide the hush money payments that he made so it didn't affect his election prospects.
But that happened with Clinton and his son, too.
Clinton's son?
Think further back. Or sorry, Biden's son. There was definitely hidden money throughout that.
There was nothing.
Ukraine.
Wait,
Obvious.
Biden's son was never convicted of anything relating to Ukraine.
Yeah, they pushed that through, and just like Trump wasn't convicted of grape, he
was held liable. He was held liable.
Yeah, and so was Biden's son.
He wasn't.
Civilly held liable.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. So he was definitely
the determination that he was held responsible for, that Biden pardoned him for, was a misfiling of for a gun purchase.
And there was a lot of money borrowed from the Ukraine government, which is not allowed when
he was not charged for that. He was not charged for that.
He was civilly held liable, just like Trump wasn't. Trump didn't go down for grape either, but obviously
Trump was held liable unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people for forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. When was Hunter Biden held liable? And by the way, your response to me saying Trump was held liable of sexually abusing a woman is saying Hunter Biden was held liable of getting $1 million from Ukraine, when that was not even something he was held liable for? That's not even the president, by the way, and not even the last candidate for president either.
Yeah, and then obviously you look further back, and Clinton obviously had a lot of money problems going on with the emails that got released about her. It wasn't great either.
I don't see how this is relevant.
Purity.
I don't think this is relevant at all.
There's no purity in
How
politics.
is this relevant, sir?
There's no purity.
How is that relevant to what we were just talking about?
Because I'm trying to tell you there's no purity in politics, so it doesn't matter who.
Wait, so but that doesn't. Okay, it does, because you're comparing a rapist to someone specifically doing what? You're comparing rape to what? Tell me what you think is what Kamala Harris has done that's comparable to rape.
I don't like how the original Clinton cheated on his wives either.
Can you answer any of my questions direct? I'm asking about Harris. Dude, answer my damn question, dude. I said Harris. I did not say Clinton. I said Harris. Respond.
Yeah, I think that is worse. That is worse.
What did Harris do that is equivalent to rape?
There isn't.
There's nothing. So then why do you support Trump over Harris if you acknowledge that he's been held liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will?
Because I think as soon as she gets into power too, there'll be dumb stuff that comes out about her, and she'll probably voting. I'm voting her next election.
Like what? This came out prior to Trump even running for president the second time or the third time.
Well, I don't know yet. You have to wait until.
What do you mean you don't know yet? So then how can you say that? That's such a ridiculous thing. You know what? There's gonna be crimes that come out that indicate that you assaulted people. Can I just make that claim? No, I can't make that claim about you, right? I can't just say that about you, right? I need evidence to say that about you? So then why do you get to say that about Kamala Harris and you don't need evidence to say that about Kamala Harris?
Well, I'm saying it's every politician, every single election for the last 40 years.
You have no evidence to say that this is true about Kamala Harris. You're superimposing it based upon your own fucking random claim. Okay, I can make the same claim about you, right?
I'd imagine someone who throws people's parents in jail instead of getting them mental help when their kids are skipping school while in underfunded neighborhoods, predominantly black, is probably going to make a couple of
This is such a dishonest framing. Okay, what do you care about Donald Trump not renting to black people in the 1970s?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Do you care about Donald Trump calling Hakeem Jeffries a low IQ and a thug recently, like
Terrible.
2 days
That's
ago?
absolutely terrible.
How do you feel about Donald
Absolutely
Trump? How do you feel about Donald Trump posting a picture representing Barack and Michelle Obama as apes?
Absolutely terrible.
Okay, well then how do you feel about Donald Trump literally popularizing the birther movement, saying that Barack Obama was born in Kenya when there's a birth certificate of him born in the United States?
Absolutely terrible.
So how the hell can you sit there and say that you support Donald Trump while simultaneously saying that you care about that?
I don't support either one of them, and I've been saying this the whole time.
Then why the hell are you on my stream?
Easier to make.
He just got a violation for misinformation, by the way, as well. Violet, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I genuinely can't take more of it. That guy was absurd. That guy was so ridiculous, dude. Sadie, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20 on PayPal. Thank you very much. And Marina, thank you so much for the $6. Thank you very much. I hope the rest of the stream goes better than it has so far. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes, everyone. We're very close to getting to 2,000 likes, actually. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everybody. Alrighty, only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you're 18 plus and a Trump supporter. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 34.
And do you support Trump?
I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Um, for many reasons. I think after the last guest, man, I just want to switch it up for you. I'll debate you, but I just want to ask if you have the chance to actually sit down with Trump, like not in front of cameras, like where you could actually like talk to him for 30 minutes. What are some things you think you could ask him that would possibly make him like think more like in depth about his position as president?
I don't think
Like,
there's
what are,
anything
like-
I could say to him that would genuinely get him to rethink.
You don't think there's like 3 questions you could?
Nope. It's not things I could say to him or I could change him for. It's things I could say to people that support him. Right? I don't think there's a single thing I could say to his face that would genuinely get him to rethink it. He would just write me off as someone he thinks has TDS. I'm serious. Like, that's what he would say. He would just say I'm a
Yeah.
leftist radical lunatic that wants to destroy the country, even though he's the one who's called for the termination of the Constitution, even though he's undermined the 2020 election results, even though he's called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders, even though he's said he's glad that Rob Reiner and that Robert Mueller is dead, right? Even though they literally just, like for example, with Robert Mueller, just investigated into him, weren't even like some leftist lunatic, you know?
Yeah. So you're in your position. You're thinking any Republican that has any chance to actually make a change or do anything is going to have to fully stand against him to take any. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm based, but I just want to switch it up after that.
Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, how you doing? I am 27
Do you
from
support Trump?
Tennessee. No, I don't. I
We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's get this next person up here. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello,
How old are you?
I am 17.
18 plus to join the live, everyone. 18 plus. TikTok rules. Alrighty. Do give it a quick second, everyone. Let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We're just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat as well. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up? 35.
Oh, I've debated you before, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you send a guest request back?
No, but because I believe that abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. Do you agree?
I mean, you would say it already is, right?
I wouldn't say it's rare, no. But is that
What does
what you
rare
would
mean
you
to you?
agree that they should be safe, legal, and rare?
I think it should be safe. I think it should be legal, and I think it should be up to the person who's pregnant on whether or not they want to get it. And if it ends up being rare, it ends up being rare. If it doesn't end up being rare, it doesn't end up being rare. And it
So do you
also depends
support
on what
any
you
limits at
define
all?
as rare. What's up?
So I guess are we saying why should it or shouldn't it be rare, or how much is rare? Like what
Yeah,
number?
what is rare? Yeah, can you give me like a number?
Yeah, I think that if a number, I don't know if I can give you off the top of my head, but whenever we can save both lives, I think we should.
Is that an answer to my question?
Yeah, it should be very rare.
What's the level of
Should only happen
rarity?
in four
Like what does
instances.
rare mean to you? Can you give me a notion of rare?
Sure, I can give you four exceptions to the rule that all babies should come to full term. Rape, incest, viability, and threat to the
No,
mother's
no.
life.
By rare, I'm asking you like proportionally. What would you consider rare?
Well, I
Make this
think that
bring
the
sense up.
number of abortions that fall under those four exceptions is somewhere around. I think it's like 3 to 6.5%, 3.5 to 6.5% of abortions are
Okay.
rape, incest, viability, or threat to the mother's life.
What percent of sex?
That's how many
Watch this.
abortions we should have.
Watch this. What percent of sex leads to pregnancy?
So, do you support any limits here? And what does this have to do with the pro-life debate?
I promise you it's going to be relevant. If you'd like to answer my questions, if not, I'll just go on to the next person. I'm not going to
Go
beg you
go
to answer my
ahead go ahead and
questions.
enlighten me. Go ahead and enlighten me. I don't have that data in front of me, Parker.
Based on what I've seen, it's about 5%. Okay. If we're going to use that number, then we'd ask what percent of pregnancies are there an abortion? Well, any number would actually meet within your threshold. Even if we were to assume every single pregnancy led to an abortion, and it was at 5%, that's within your threshold of 3 to 6.7% or whatever you said. That would
No, no,
say
no, no. I
what?
think I think.
Kind of.
Sorry, I
So
may
that
have
that
not
that
been
meets
clear
your
enough
that
there.
meets your context of rare already.
No,
So it's
I
already
didn't say that.
designated as
That
rare
wasn't the
under
claim that
your
I
view.
made. So hang on a second. That wasn't the claim that I made. I said that 3.5 to 6.5% of abortions fall under rape, incest, viability, and threat to the mother's
No.
life.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question one more time. If you choose not to answer this question, I'm just going to kick you. I feel like I asked a very basic question, simple question you should be able to answer. What percentage is considered rare to you? If you don't answer this question, I'm going to kick you. Stop wasting my time.
1%. How about that?
Okay, so you think that if it was a 1% likelihood amongst the entirety of the U.S. population on a yearly basis, you would consider it rare?
I'd like it to be as little as possible. Yeah, I'd consider
Answer my direct
one or
question.
less. Yes,
Would you
yes.
consider 1%?
I'd
Okay,
consider
so
one or less
how many
to be rare.
abortions happen every year?
From what I'm seeing here, it makes up about 1 to 6%.
How many abortions happen every year?
About 1 million, 2 million.
Okay, what is the population of the U.S.?
Like what is it, 370 something nowadays?
Okay, so does 1 million make up less than or more than 1% of 340 million?
Ask that one more time, Parker.
Yeah. Does 1 million make up more than or less than 1% of 340 million?
Sorry, this is like you're losing me here. I don't know what.
Okay, genuinely too stupid to have a conversation with. I can't do it, man. Holy shit, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. I'm
They sounded really young. Let's go to the next person. I'll listen to guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Bedtime, hold up.
How old are you?
20.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
The election was held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
You.
Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's go to the next person, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria in the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Alrighty, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh man, I'm 33.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Who do you think, man?
You just answer the question.
You, Parker.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. Listen to the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Please only send a guest request if you meet that criteria in the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2007, June 2nd.
Okay. And what state do you live in?
I live in Australia.
Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Please, everybody, if you're on TikTok, read this criteria before you try to send a guest request. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, why don't you want to have the pro-abortion debate?
Oh, is this the same person? You literally just wasted my time. Go fuck yourself. Leave me alone. I never want to talk to you again. I don't like people like you. You won't answer basic questions. You won't, have a conversation with me. You're so ridiculous, dude. And honestly, you're genuinely too stupid to actually reason with. It gets to a point where it's you have to have basic critical thinking skills. And if you can't answer basic questions, I'm not going to waste my time any further. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I love you so much.
Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen, everybody. Let's go to the next person. Again, only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Can anyone on YouTube hit that thumbs up? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
6, 7.
Alrighty, let's get this next person up here. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty. Give it a quick second, everyone. We're almost there. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
23.
Do you support Trump?
Yo, Parker, you should hit a blinker for the stream.
Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next person. Everybody, do give it a quick second. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay. If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump. I'd say yeah.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, I just don't think I think everybody's trying to tear him down, but he's just the face of he's just the puppet. He's not really the one making decisions.
Okay, I think you're trolling. G Hoops, thank you so much for the $100. Thank you very much for here's $100 for the hour of your time these people are wasting. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for G Hoops in the comment section right now. Thank you so much for the $100 on YouTube Super Chat. That's so very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for them. Very, very kind of them. We'll get someone very, very soon, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Little did these trolls know that they ended up just making me money. Very unfortunate for them. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Alrighty. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. We are just looking for some debates. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump a million times over.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Because he's the only person who's pro-white. And also, you love niggers. Kill yourself. Hail Hitler.
You're disgusting. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Election held today. Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Yeah, Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Because like 6 plus 7 equals 6, 7 type shit.
Okay, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? No, let's go to the next person. Do you give us a quick second, everyone? We're just getting a lot of trolls right now. It looks like Trump supporters are just unwilling to debate right now. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah,
The election was held today. Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
probably Trump.
Okay, what's your birth year?
2003.
And what month?
September.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I think the border crisis, I think that's pretty good. That's probably why, like, my number one reason.
Okay. Can you name any policy that Donald Trump passed as it relates to the border that materially benefited you?
No, not really. I mean, I don't do a lot of research on it. To be honest, I know a lot of Republicans that come up on here. They don't do a lot of research, so I can't really name one policy. But I mean, I like watching these people's lives to learn more.
Okay, so then what makes you think that he's better off for immigration? Because I would argue that actually Democrats are better off. We focus on going after those that have committed violent crimes and bad crimes proportionally to a greater extent. We don't violate due process rights to the same extent, and we want to provide a quicker legal process for people to try to coming into the country through the legal manner.
Yeah, I agree. I think the immigration process, what is it, needs a lot of fixing. I like the idea of how the Democrats want a faster way for people that come through legally to come through. But I just don't think like when it was I feel like a lot of Democrats, they look at the current party right now as like, oh, they're so bad. But like with ICE, ICE was a thing when Obama was in the chair for president and stuff like that. I don't know how people look at the Republican side right now and think it's like so bad, if that makes sense.
So we can criticize what Democrats have done, but we're arguing that the Democrats have preferable policy. Right? Like 4 times more proportionally in terms of the likelihood of deporting someone who had committed a violent crime.
I'm kind of confused with like the verbiage.
Okay, so 20% of undocumented immigrants deported under the Obama administration had committed a violent offense, right? Only 5% under Trump. So it was 4 times higher under Obama proportionally. So they were focusing on actually like making the country safe and secure.
Right.
Okay. So like, I mean, what makes you think that Trump has benefited you in any way with his immigration policy?
I mean, it just looks like, that it's just, more secure than it was, in the past. I feel like.
How does that benefit you?
How does it benefit us? I mean, a lot less people that are, illegal coming over. It's like, a lot of people go back to the point of like, it's your house. You don't want people coming into your house that are just, random people,
You want the most amount of people vetted as possible?
Say again?
You want the most amount of people vetted as possible.
Vetted, what's that?
Like to go through a legal process to be vetted. So that we know who they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Democrats facilitated that with the bipartisan border bill that would have made the legal process go quicker and would have secured the border. But Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that very bill because he didn't want the Democrats to get a W on the border.
So then, what did the Republicans do that was so bad in comparison? Like, why are the Democrats like kind of crashing out on the Republicans?
Because they're violating due process to a greater extent. They allowed for ICE to detain individuals based upon their race,
Mhm.
taking that consideration with other things, which ICE has been doing so just by considering race, not even considering other factors, which is what federal courts have determined. They've justified detaining people specifically just for their accent. They
Mhm.
have allowed ICE to search and seize people's homes without a judicial warrant, right? So not going through the same sort of due process that existed historically. They've also murdered U.S. citizens in broad daylight and justified it.
Mhm.
There are countless examples that we can provide.
Right. I mean, I feel like this has been a thing for the longest time. I mean, a lot of people they like I'm gonna go back to my point. I think ever since just Trump came in office, people are just like over exaggerating the fact that this has been around for a long time, and this isn't like the first couple of cases that we've actually shipped out people to their own country and stuff like that. At least I don't think so. I think we've done that in the past. Have we not?
What? You said detain people? I mean, deport people to the wrong countries? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
deport people back to their own countries, like, or deport them back to like where they
Deport
came
in general?
from.
Yeah, we
Yes,
deported people.
deportation.
I already acknowledged that. But what you're
Yeah.
not acknowledging is that there's a difference in the process that they're using to deport people.
Right.
That's what people are responding differently to. And that's
Okay.
not like we're saying we have zero critiques of the Democratic policy on immigration, but it is
Mhm.
to say that there are more criticisms of the Democratic policy on immigration than there are on the Obama or Harris or Biden immigration policy.
Okay. So like, I don't know. I'm like trying to learn a little more. Because I like listening to both sides. Got to be like what's that word? Transparent. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, what would you say to someone that's just like trying to learn more? I guess. I mean, I'm obviously still based on my traditional values and whatnot. I think Republican Party is a good party for me.
Okay.
Um,
Name any traditional value that Donald Trump does not undermine.
mm, I don't know. I don't really know like the I don't know if there's like a list of traditional values. Like I really don't know that, like, to be honest.
So, what traditional values do you care about?
Probably religion. Is religion a traditional value? I don't know.
Are you Christian?
Yeah, yeah, I'm Christian. I would consider myself Christian, Protestant.
How do you feel about him representing himself as God?
That was disgusting.
Thank you,
I saw
Galaxy.
that, and
Isn't that
we
an
actually talked
unforgivable
about that.
sin?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
So,
That
so isn't
definitely
that a
is.
reason you should stop supporting him?
Yeah, I think it really is. When
Okay.
you look at that.
All right. So, like, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Oh, I couldn't vote for Harris. I don't think I would vote, to be honest.
Okay. All right. At least we got your mind to change there. Maybe you can listen to my arguments and hear maybe why you should lean towards the Democrats rather than just not vote at all. But it seems like we got you to stop supporting Trump. So I appreciate you coming up.
Yep. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Ken, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it on Venmo. For the past week has been hell. Time to fill the jar. It has been. I had a day recently that was pretty decent, but yeah, it's been pretty brutal recently. It's been pretty brutal. I feel like most days I've just had really insane debates. Yoshua, thank you for the dollar. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Tomorrow I should be on in the morning, everyone. 9 a.m. Pacific time, probably. Samaya, thank you so much for the $6. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I hope for a better day as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. As well as use this gospel. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Do you have any advice for media politics? I've done high school debate for 3 years, and I'm going to nationals, but I want to post online as well. It would obviously just be specific to a niche. Do what you're best at. See what works. Reproduce what works over and over again, and it will build a baseline for your platform.
Your YouTube chat's so based, bro.
Nice. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Please only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Jay, by the way, thank you for the Galaxy. Thank you. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. I hope get it out to more people. As always, let's get this next person up here, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Sorry, I'm 33, but I did not mean to do that. I was.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Let's go on the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Alrighty, everyone. Hopefully we can get someone up here for debates. You just give it a second, everyone. I do apologize for how long it's been taking today. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm so cute.
Let's go to the next individual, everybody. Only do send guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
How you going?
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do. I've been supporting Trump for a long time now.
Okay. And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Honestly, now it'd probably be Harris.
Okay. Let's go to the next person, everybody. Do give it a second for people to join up. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next person. Do give it a minute, everyone. We're getting mostly trolls. Hey, everyone, if you're a troll, please hop out. I'm just looking for some debates right now. I am just looking for some debates. So please hop out if you're just trolling, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello? 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because I think mass deportation is good for national security, and I think Iran was an imminent nuclear threat.
Okay, what makes you think that Iran was an imminent nuclear threat?
Because I remember seeing somewhere they had a bunch of stockpiled uranium. Wait, I have it written down somewhere.
Okay, so the enriched uranium that you're referencing is not at the level of enrichment necessary to weaponize it, which is 90%. It's at 60%. And actually, under the JCPOA, an agreement that Obama set up through peaceful negotiation, it actually limited them from developing enriched uranium to a greater extent, to actually a point of 3.7% enriched uranium. It was 3.6% under the JCPOA. Trump pulled us out of that, and they've increased their level of enriched uranium since then. Plus, the original strike that we did about a year ago limited them from even developing it in the first place. Since then, they haven't increased their capacity of enrichment, according to Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, who testified in front of Congress on behalf of the entire intelligence community. Sorry.
Well, okay.
You just swept out the app. I can't hear you. Just letting you know.
I must have had my facts wrong. I thought it was 60%, not 90%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my bad, dude. I guess I was wrong.
Okay, so given that that's true, they weren't an imminent nuclear threat, and we were not justified in going to war with them?
I guess so, dude. My bad. I thought it was 60%. Where they had to. I thought it was 60, not 90.
Nope, it's 90%.
Jesus, I must have my facts wrong. Okay, I still think mass deportation is good for national security.
Okay. Well, deportation still exists under the Democratic policies. What specific deportation policies of Trump's do you like that make it better off, under your view?
Policies?
Yeah.
He didn't really have a set policy. Have you heard of the smart wall map?
The what?
The smart wall map?
I am not familiar with what you're referencing.
Okay, never mind. I don't recall him having a specific policy, but I remember he ran on mass deportation.
Okay. But proportionally, they deported 4 times less violent criminals.
Who? The Biden administration?
No, the Trump administration as compared to the Biden administration. As compared to the Obama administration. The Obama administration, 20% of undocumented immigrants they deported had committed a violent offense. Under the Trump administration, it's only 5%.
Okay, I can agree with that, but I do still think mass deportation is important because of national security. I like the fact, or I would like that we know who's in our country.
Okay.
Right?
But you understand that Democrats don't disagree with that, and they just want to make the legal process go quicker, which would incentivize people to go through said legal process and would increase the amount of people who have been vetted in the country. And they still wanted to criminalize undocumented entry. So what specific policy did he engage in that would have led to better conditions under your view? And what material benefit would you have seen or have you seen since Trump's been in office and has imposed this policy?
Well, again, I can't rename a policy, but I have noticed that the amount of the crossings has dropped significantly. He stopped doing catch and release, a lot like the Biden administration did.
That's for asylum.
For asylum. Okay, well, I do still think it is true that the border crossings
That's a legal
dropped.
process of immigration. I just want to clarify.
I know.
So then, like, that's not undocumented immigration.
Okay, yeah. Now scratch that point. But yeah, I do still think it's true that they lowered it significantly.
Okay. But, like, how did that materially benefit you?
How did the amount lower benefit me?
Yeah, how has it materially benefited you?
Well, you asked what like trends have we seen since he's gotten in office to make that more achievable. So I think the amount of people crossing over has lowered.
But what material benefit has that had on you?
Mass deportation?
Yeah.
Well, I will say one, I just do like the fact that it's national security purposes, but I also do
What
think,
about national security has it benefited?
Well, just about like, I think it's important to know who's in our country. Right. I know she doesn't like her name.
What specific material benefit?
Well, I know this isn't the perfect analogy, but like, if someone's in your house, and you know it's like a party, and you're having people come in your house. Would you rather like know who's in there, or who's not, or like what would you rather have?
I think that the way to ensure that you know more people are there is by making the legal process go quicker, to incentivize people to go through said legal process. I don't think that any of Trump's policies has actually led to better conditions for us being able to identify more people. I think that actually, if anything, it's put people in a circumstance where they're less likely to identify themselves to authorities or go through said legal process. Hell, they're going after people that have gone to their legal court dates.
So, I would like to say that there has been a major increase in self-deportations, people leaving by themselves. But also, I just have a question. What do you think's more achievable, mass deportation or mass amnesty? Like realistically.
Realistically, mass amnesty is the most achievable.
Really?
Not in terms
Because,
of
like,
getting elected, but in terms of a policy, in terms of being passed, right? It's more achievable to be able to write out a mass amnesty than it is to directly, specifically engage in mass deportation, because it's significantly more costly to engage in mass deportation, and there are significantly less benefits on our society.
I know it's more costly, but I haven't really seen any past Democrat presidents like try and implicate mass amnesty to the fullest effect. And I was just wondering
not
why.
to the fullest effect.
Yeah, I was just wondering why.
Well, because they just ideologically would disagree with it, or they think that it's not effective to be able to advocate for it to even get it passed in the first place.
So you think Biden disagreed with mass amnesty, or Biden or Obama or whoever?
Either they disagree with it, or they think it's not politically optic. Like it's not optically good politically.
Okay.
But DACA is a form of amnesty. But it's not like the mass amnesty policy I'm advocating for. What's up?
Can you refresh my mind on what DACA is again?
Yeah, it's for like children, right? Who were brought here when they were children.
Like a children type amnesty thing.
Yeah, people who were brought here when they're children, them just having a pathway to citizenship.
Okay, you know, I don't disagree with that like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you think it's more achievable for? Because honestly, I do think it's good for national security. I think Trump had a better chance at that. But if you're saying it's like a better chance of Kamala like running on mass amnesty and it working more, Kamala. Okay.
Okay. So given that you hear this now, like, what makes you think that you still support Trump?
Honestly, I will say I'd have to look, because you're kind of like changing my mind to not agree with mass deportation, but not like, or not like disagreeing with mass deportation, but I'm not entirely agreeing with mass amnesty. That's research I'm gonna have to do on my own. But I think you are changing my mind on that.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's the current Democratic position.
I don't know if you're like an expert on this, but what would you think? Like, can you go a little more depth into mass amnesty? Like, I know it's a pathway for residency and citizenship, but like, how would that work?
Well, the same way we have a pathway now would just allow for everyone to sort of like anyone who has not committed a violent crime or a bad enough crime to deport, right, would be given a pathway to citizenship. You just literally engage in a policy that says, oh, you're given this particular policy. People will start to apply for it. They'll vet themselves and go through the same sort of legal process that everyone else is going through. They're just allowed to stay in the country.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Yeah, you changed my mind on Iran. Like I know gas prices are through the roof because of the Strait of Hormuz being closed down, but I thought they were imminent nuclear threat. I guess if you don't mind me asking, what did Kamala Harris run on for the border?
Yeah, the bipartisan border bill. It would have secured the border and would have made the legal process go quicker. It was actually, like I would say, even a conservative leaning bill because she was willing to compromise with Republicans in Congress in order to be able to get historic legislation done for the border. But the reason why it didn't end up following through is because Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine the passing of the bill so that the Democrats wouldn't get a win on the border. So if Donald Trump obviously lost, Harris were put in the position of presidency, she'd just be able to sign that into law because she would be able to get Democrats and Republicans to support it like they already did.
Okay, yeah, you probably changed my mind, honestly. Like I know Trump is like a terrible like person in his personal life, but I thought his policies kind of made up for that. But I guess I agree with you. Yeah.
Alrighty, for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming up then. Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it.
Have a great day. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's get this next person up here, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
How's it going, man? 36.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Why do you not support Trump?
He was held civilly liable of sexually abusing Eugene Carroll. He bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He denied the election results in 2020, incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, and pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers, called them patriots. He called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders if you're given one. I can give countless examples as to why.
Good. You're reading off a prompt, but I'll go one by one.
Well, I didn't read off of anything. I just had these conversations.
Okay, let's start with the Eugene Carroll. Okay, so he apparently did this in the 1980s, right? 1990s, and yet they waited until he was a president to accuse him of it. Yeah, that's a little problematic. Second thing, he walked into the dressing room of women. You're such a fucking liar. He walked backstage. But here's what you don't like to do. You don't like to give the facts. He didn't walk into the dressing room. And you can go to the Howard Stern interview. He says he walked backstage. But I like how you don't give the actual facts of what occurred and you just give your perspective. So your first 2 points are shot down, right? So let me just go back. Eugene Carroll, apparently he molested Eugene Carroll in 1989 or 90s, but she accused him of it in 2000s. Yeah, okay, 10 years of whatever. Do you see why I have a problem with all your arguments?
So her name is E. Jean Carroll, just want to let you know, and it was 1995 to 1996, not 1989. Also, in terms of backstage, I just want to ask you a question real quick. Can you describe to me what a dressing room, like a woman's dressing room, would be like without saying women's
So why don't you just say backstage? Just say backstage.
Let me know when I can finish my statement.
Don't connect it
Sir,
up.
Sir, can you let me know when I can finish my statement?
Trump used. Use the words that Trump used. Wouldn't that be truthful? Why do you assimilate what you want to assimilate from it? Because what you're doing is you're leading the audience. Why don't you use the words that Trump uses? What did Trump say? Can you tell me what Trump said? What did he say?
Yeah,
What did he say?
Yeah, I'll play it for you in a second, but I'm asking you a
Okay, let's
question
play it. Let's play it.
beforehand.
No. Let's just
Sir,
play
sir,
the audio.
Sir, let me just ask this question.
You're
I know you don't want me to let.
gas.
I know that you don't want me to let me argue this, but I just want you to like run through this real quick. I'll play it for you. Just give me one quick second, okay? So, can you describe to me what a woman's dressing room would look like without saying women's dressing room?
Yeah, sure. A woman's dressing room would have a lock on the door. A woman's dressing room would have a sign on it that says "Women's Only." A woman's dressing room you would have to push through it. That's what a woman's dressing room, in my mind, would look like. Right? You would have to push through a door with a woman's sign on it that says "Women's Only." Is that a reasonable explanation of a woman's dressing room?
So, like for example, we would expect it to be backstage. It's a woman's only area.
Backstage? Nope. You need a full room for that. It's a woman's dressing room. It's not backstage. No, absolutely not.
You don't think there are dressing rooms that are backstage?
Yeah, there are women's restrooms that are backstage.
Are there dressing rooms backstage?
Yes, there are.
Okay, so let me just clarify. Let me fully go through this, and then you can respond. Okay. So.
The people are already messaging me. They hate me, but I'm just calling out facts. So what did Trump say?
Okay. So let me just clarify. A woman's dressing room would be something that's like backstage. No men are around. It's women's only.
So what a men's dressing room?
Sir,
so
can
what
I?
a men's dressing room?
Sir, can I finish? Can I finish my statement, please, sir?
Sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So.
But just to be clear, you're trying to point Donald Trump into a bad narrative, but you're not using the actual words he said. So I just want to be clear about that. But go ahead. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Okay. All right. So again, what we would think a women's dressing room would be something where there is no men around. It's backstage. Women are dressing and or naked in this scenario. That's what you'd expect, correct? Those three things?
Well, can you repeat them? Sorry.
Yeah, for example, like no men are around.
Yes.
It's backstage. People are dressing.
Nope, not backstage. Backstage carries a lot of connotations to it. Absolutely not. But people are dressing? Nope. I actually acted in theater. So the second two items you listed are not correct. The first one's correct.
So I already clarified, sir. Sir, I already clarified with you.
Well, then
I promise you we're gonna play it.
Okay, you
sir, I already
play the video.
Sir, I already clarified with you that some dressing rooms are backstage. So I was just adding another context to it.
Some are, but some aren't.
Would you agree that what I described specifically would describe?
Can you
ask you this question.
Someone as a sexual activity?
Hey, sir, I would love to have a. Can you please have some level of control? Like, I would love to have a conversation with you. You're not having control right now. Okay. So would you say that what I described was a dressing room, a woman's dressing room?
No, I wouldn't.
Something that's backstage, a room where no men are there, right, and no men are allowed. We can also point to the fact that they're dressing and naked.
They are allowed. They're just not there. They are allowed. They're just not there. Backstage, they are allowed. There are people who are putting up the freaking thing. They're not. Of course, they're allowed.
So then,
they're
let me.
Just not permitted.
So watch this. So then, why is Trump getting away with it?
Because he owns the freaking. He owned it.
But he claims he gets away with it, right? Like,
dude, did he go into a bathroom or not? Why don't you just do that?
It wasn't a bathroom. It was a changing room.
Oh, that's why you can't. Well, why don't you let Trump talk about it?
All right, I got you.
Play the video. Why don't you play the video? Why don't you play the video?
To do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure they're like every doctor's good.
Hey, sir, can you have some self-control and let me play the whole clip without you cutting it off? Self-control, please.
Yeah. That's your obligation.
You know me and Dean. I beat Dean on this one, right?
Self-control, please.
I beat Dean on this.
Sir, can you have some self-control?
Yeah. What's your name again?
My name is Parker. It says in the top left of your phone screen.
I beat Dean on this, right? Okay.
I doubt you did. Can you please have some self-control and be quiet for the 15 seconds I have to play the clip for.
You're being very calm. So yeah. Me
Yeah,
and Dean went
I'm
back and
being
forth.
way too nice to you. If you don't start acting like adult, I won't continue it. So can
You're
you
being
please?
nice to me because you know I'm beating you. But go ahead.
You haven't beat me on a single point. Okay, I've been incredibly
He
nice.
owns the freaking conference.
Okay, you cut me off one more time and you act like this one more time, I won't treat you as nicely as I'm treating you right now. If you want to continue to be treated nicely, please have some self-control and let me play the clip without having to mute you. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. If you can't have self-control, I will not treat you with the same level of respect. This is your last warning. Unmute yourself, click the microphone in the bottom right, and you can respond. Are you now going to listen? Yes or no? Sir, you have to click the microphone in the bottom right.
I gotcha. Yeah, I understand.
You'll listen?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you play the video over again where Trump said everything?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
My country,
Sorry,
we say
I
hello with
apologize.
vagina. And
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now, tell
Well,
me
I'll
what
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Okay. So let's just clarify. It's not just this. There's also multiple victims that have come out and talked about the fact that Donald Trump would walk into the changing rooms in the dressing rooms while they were changing. So not only was this something that Donald Trump said that he did explicitly and explained how it was a changing room, everything about a changing room without saying explicitly changing room, but also, right, it was corroborated by people that he walked into the changing room when they were dressing.
Your name's Parker, right? Parker?
Yes.
Parker? So, Parker, I don't care about your emotion. I don't care about your feelings. If you take this in front of a judge, what would he say? Would he say that he's in a dressing room, or would he say that he's backstage?
They would say they're backstage in a dressing room.
No.
If you have eyewitness testimony, if you have Donald Trump admitting to it and explaining exactly what it is, any reasonable person would tell you that the logical conclusion from that was that Donald Trump was barging into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where there were two girls as young as 18 years old that said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms.
Parker, did he commit a crime? Or no?
I don't think that this qualified specifically as a crime under the law, but I do think it should qualify as a crime under the law.
Well,
and by the way,
you're liberal.
And by the way, I can give you the convicted felonies that he's convicted of.
Can you say
I can give you him being held civilly liable of sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll.
We can talk about
and yet
that in a
you
little
decide to ignore all of those facts, even though they indicate that Donald Trump has violated the law, sir.
No, we're talking about this. So you don't think that this is a crime that he did? Do you think it's a crime or not?
I think it should be. I think it should be considered a crime.
So based on the information that you received, is it a crime or not?
Under the current law, or under what I think the law should be?
No, I don't care what you think it should be. You're going to think it's a bullshit law. Under the current law, is this a crime? What he just said.
No, but you know that the Nazis said the exact. Listen, sir. Listen. You know that
the Nazis.
Listen, watch. Nazi.
Dean's a better arguer than you.
You're not listening. You're not listening, sir. So Nazi officials made that exact same argument in the Nuremberg trials. They argued because it wasn't illegal within the country where it was committed, or because there wasn't. Please let me finish.
Oh my god.
Please let me finish.
No,
Please.
I'm not going to let you finish. You can come.
Okay, I will mute you then. I mean, if you're just going to act like a petulant child,
You're comparing him to a Nazi?
Listen, you're not listening to the content of what I'm explaining.
That's bullshit.
I'm actually comparing the reasoning. So listen in, right? Have some self-control. Listen in. It's going to be okay. Put your listening ears on, okay? So Nazis specifically said that because there was international law at the time, and because there was no law within Germany saying that it was illegal, that means that they shouldn't have been held accountable for it. And we argued, based upon our own argumentation, that that's not reasonable because the first person who specifically was being charged with murder, who committed murder prior to there being laws for this, could not have used it as a defense in the context of the courtroom that no one has been convicted of murder yet, therefore he shouldn't be convicted of murder. That would be a ridiculous argument. So clearly, right, the reasoning is not something that we accept in the Nuremberg trials, and the reasoning isn't something that we would accept now. Just because something isn't deemed to be illegal right now doesn't mean it shouldn't be considered illegal.
He walked backstage in his own pageant, and you want to make him look like a Nazi. Okay, you win.
Are you going to run away because you don't want to actually intellectually engage
I'm
in
not
what I
going to
said?
run away.
You
win.
You're going to leave.
You win. No, you win. I'm not going to leave. Can we talk about the next topic?
You said I want. So you admit that you lost the debate.
No, I'm not going to argue with you. This guy owns the pageant. This guy walks backstage. If you think you just admitted that the law didn't agree with rape or any type of thing. You just admitted that. And if you don't agree with that, he didn't commit a crime. I can't logically argue with you. Like, at least Dean would let me argue with him. You're saying no, we have no logical argument. So I don't
That's
know.
not what I said.
I'm not running away.
So,
I'm not running away.
Sir,
I'm just saying we don't agree with what we're talking about here.
What are you saying? Anything that I said, Dean would say the same thing. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to argue there. Secondly, if you want to address what I've brought up in terms of the.
Do you think he committed a crime by walking backstage?
I just told you it's not designated as a.
Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no?
I already told you it's not currently.
Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no?
No, it's not currently designated as a crime, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be a crime.
Oh, thank you. And you don't know what happened.
But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be held accountable for it.
What happened.
I have a question. Okay, like for example, if you were in a
you're asking me questions.
Watch this. If you were in a relationship with someone and they cheated on you, and they used as a defense that it's not illegal, would you say that that's like a good argument for why you should stay with them, or why you should like not think that they did something wrong?
Absolutely not.
Obviously, they still did something wrong, even though it's not illegal, right?
He didn't do anything wrong, though. He walked backstage in his own pageant.
So you don't think sexually exploiting women with girls as young as
walk backstage? If I own a pageant, I can walk backstage at my willy-nilly too.
Wow,
you didn't do anything wrong.
You're very disgusting. So let's just clarify. You think that it's totally justified for people who are owners of pageants to walk into the changing rooms of girls as young as 15 years old who are changing?
Let's stop your ears. He did not walk into their bathrooms or their changing rooms.
He admitted to it. Not only did the victims come out and say that he walked into the changing rooms, but he explicitly admitted himself and described exactly what a changing room is. And if you can't engage with that, that's because you are not willing to acknowledge anything that Trump has done that's wrong. Because he actively admitted it in the video we already played for you.
I'll argue the next topic.
Because you can't argue this.
No, I can. You just told me that he didn't commit a crime. You just told me.
That doesn't mean that he did nothing wrong.
Hey, what's your name? Dean Parker? Did he commit a crime?
My name's Parker. I know it's hard for you to remember that. Again, just because someone didn't commit a crime doesn't mean what.
No, he didn't. Let's go to the.
Just because he didn't commit a crime doesn't mean that he didn't do something immoral, right? In something that you shouldn't support him based upon. I already provided them for you.
Your facts are he walked backstage to his own stage that he owns. Okay, well that's not enough for me, buddy.
Okay, so I have a question. So if your daughter was changing and she's 15 years old and changing, you'd be okay with Donald Trump barging into her changing room?
If my daughter was changing backstage in a public place, I would say, what the fuck are you doing? First off. Secondly,
if she's changing in a changing room, what the fuck are you doing?
You don't let me finish. Secondly, my daughter knows that she needs to be in a bathroom with a locker, you dumb fuck. A locker, right? So here's the problem. You're trying to connect backstage with dressing room. You're trying to do
Is backstage in public?
If I go backstage in a scene, are there lockers backstage? No, there's not.
It depends on where you are backstage. And I think that backstage where they're describing they are backstage is a dressing room because it's where no men are. It's where women are changing and they're getting ready. And like you're just not willing to acknowledge that because your emotions are too high. You're very emotional. You constantly have to play like this whole card that you're not going to believe people regardless unless they're Donald Trump, right? And you're going to sit there and blame victims for no fucking reason, right? You're literally sitting there and saying that it was in public. By the way, let me ask you this question. If your 15-year-old daughter, answer this question. If your 15-year-old daughter was in these changing rooms when Donald Trump barged in.
If my daughter was changing backstage, yeah, I would say, what the fuck are you doing?
So you'd blame your daughter. You'd blame your daughter for Donald Trump barging in while she's changing?
No, because my daughter wouldn't
So
be
then, so then,
changing
so
in the
then, would you
backstage.
blame?
My
Would
daughter
you?
wouldn't be changing backstage.
It's a
She'd be
changing
changing in
room.
the
It's
restroom.
literally a changing room.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Play
is.
the fucking video. Play the video.
Dude, I've
Play the
literally
video.
told you, I know you're emotional right now, but I've told you
No,
multiple times.
I know you want to pin Donald Trump.
You're very emotional and you lack self-control. So I've told you multiple times
You're
that the
stopping my
victims
talk.
came out and corroborated Trump's statements and talked about how Donald Trump was barging into the changing rooms when they were changing. So if you're unwilling to accept eyewitness accounts, multiple
What
by
did
the
Donald
way,
Trump say? Did he say backstage?
he said backstage where people are changing, where no men are, where people are naked, they're getting ready. Dude, you watched the Cam Higby video? You watched Cam Higby make a video and you just repeat that same talking point over and over again without even knowing what it means.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
You keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It's so cringe, dude. It's actually embarrassing. Any reasonable person can look at what you're saying right now and realize that you're not a rational human being with the ability to critically think about basic things that could indicate that someone did something wrong. Let me ask you this. Let's actually here because I don't think that this would be a watch this. I'm gonna frame a different argument for you. Do you believe the victim?
Someone
Watch
typed
this.
you stuff. Okay,
Watch this.
go ahead.
Watch this. Do you believe the victims of Epstein that got settlements with the Epstein or from the Epstein estate about their accusations towards Epstein? Do you believe their accusations to be true against Epstein?
What are you reading, dude?
I'm not reading anything.
Do I believe that they're true? Yeah, I do believe it's true.
Okay. So anyone who got a settlement with the Epstein estate that accuses Epstein of wrongdoing, you believe them. Okay. Well, the Jane Doe 4 accused Epstein.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
Do I believe that the Epstein circumstances that they should be looked into? Yes, I do. Do I believe that they're true? I gotta look into every single one.
So you do.
But I'm.
So let me clarify the question. Okay. So do you believe it to be true? Right, the accusations that survivors of Epstein made that got settlements with the Epstein estate.
Do I believe that they got settlements?
No. Do you believe their accusations to be true because of the fact that they got settlements?
If they got settlements, no, I don't believe it to be true. I believe that they had enough evidence to acquit themselves from the circumstances.
So you think the victims of Epstein are lying? That got settlements with the Epstein estate?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say they're lying. I said that they posed their posture against someone, and someone else decided to pay them off, and without going to trial. I don't believe they're true.
It's the Epstein estate. Sir, it's the Epstein estate. So,
Okay,
so the
I don't
victims
care
of
what it
Epstein
is.
that got settlements with the Epstein estate, you believe that they're lying?
No, I don't believe they're lying.
Okay, so then you believe that they're telling the truth. You believe it's true.
Are you serious, dude? Have you ever went to trial and someone pleads guilty, but then they plead for a lower case? They don't plead guilty. They don't plead innocent. You give them a fucking trial, and it's a medium zone. So what are you fucking doing with me here?
The accusations were deemed to be credible. That's why they got settlements with the Epstein estate. That's why they got money. I'm just saying, do you believe the accusations from the victims? Like, dude, this is very clear. Like, the fact that you can't say that you believe that you don't believe the victims of Epstein.
What are the accusations?
Well, you'd have to look into them. You didn't look into them at all. You're saying before you've even looked into them that you don't believe them.
You're bombarding me with a fucking question.
Wait, so do you believe Epstein is a predator?
Epstein victims.
Do you believe?
I
do you?
do.
Okay.
Yes, I can give that. Yeah, I can give you a firm yes.
Can you
but
name?
Did I look into the accusation of the victims? No, I did not.
Okay, so if you haven't looked into them, but yet you do believe that some of the accusations are true, then you believe it to be true based upon the fact that there is a determination by the courts or by the law or something independent of what you're saying that's going to indicate it to be true, and then you're going to believe
you suck at your job. You suck at your job.
I think I'm great at my job.
I confirmed.
What do you mean? Wait, hold up.
Epstein,
Smack. I think all the people who come here and support me every single day, they think otherwise. Right, your whole claim here, I suck at my job.
Right.
I'm proving you wrong, and you're only saying that because you're mad that I'm dunking on you. Actually, that's evidence to me that I'm doing great at my job, and that is actually evidence that every single person who, again, supports me, that thinks the very same thing, that they're vindicated in being right as well, and that you're wrong.
Yeah, right.
How does it feel to be wrong?
So to answer your question...
How does it feel to be wrong? Does it hurt the fifis in your tum-tum?
No, this is fun. It's fun. So to answer your question,
The calmest he's been on stream so far, by the way.
So ask me the question again.
Yeah, do you believe it to be true, the accusations that victims of
But
Epstein
stop
made
stuttering.
against
Stop
Epstein,
stuttering.
right? I'm not. I literally just explained it to you, and by the way, that's not even a
Do
problem.
I think that the Go ahead.
Wait, didn't you just stutter after claiming that I should stop stuttering?
Go ahead.
How many beers have you had tonight, sir?
Just water, big dog.
Really? I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Was that water spiked?
Was that a spike? Yeah.
It sounds like it was spiked.
What was your question about Epstein?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you believe the accusations to be true that victims of Epstein made that got settlements with the Epstein estate?
I do.
You do? You do believe it to be true? Okay. So then you also do believe it to be true, the accusation that they made against Epstein that he trafficked her to Trump, which also implicates Trump. You believe that accusation to be true as well because the person who made that accusation got a settlement with the Epstein estate.
You serious, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat the question?
So you laughed like it was a bad argument, but you don't even remember the argument?
I laugh because you're trying to trap me into something that's fucking dumb.
How is it dumb?
Repeat the question.
I'm just asking, how is it dumb? You claimed it was dumb? How is it dumb?
Well, okay. No, guess what? I didn't understand it. I'm stupid. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I got you. So you said you believe it to be true that victims of Epstein, the victims of Epstein that made accusations against him and that got settlements with the Epstein estate. So if you believe that to be true, then you believe the accusation made by Jane Doe 4 against Epstein, or towards Epstein, that he trafficked her to Donald Trump, which implicates Trump, right, to be true, because again, this is a person that got a settlement with the Epstein estate, right, for their accusations against Epstein. So you believe that to be true?
Oh, no. I don't know what the fuck you just did there. Can you just ask me a question?
Wow, you didn't follow that at all?
No, I didn't.
You
didn't follow that at all.
Do you need me to go through it again?
Yeah, go through it again.
Okay. So you believe, right, it to be true, the accusations that victims of Epstein that have made against Epstein that got settlements with the Epstein estate. So then I then asked you the question, right, or I then made the point that then if you believe that, you also are going to believe Jane Doe 4 that made an accusation against Epstein, right, that he trafficked her to Donald Trump, which implicates Donald Trump, right? Okay. And since that implicates Donald Trump, you would then believe that to be true about Donald Trump because it's an accusation that she made about Epstein, which you said the accusations against Epstein you believe to be true because this person got a settlement with the Epstein estate.
All right, you win.
So no response, no actual argument in response.
I don't even know what you're asking.
Are you seriously that drunk you can't respond?
What is the premise of your question?
Dude, I've literally repeated it 3 times very calmly to you. There's no way that you can't follow what I'm saying. You know that it cooked you. You know that I've destroyed you with the argument, and that's why you're playing dumb.
No, do it one more time. One more time.
Why? I've already done it 3 times. To me, that just sounds like insanity if I were to repeat it again, because you're not going to understand it again. So you're purposefully misunderstanding it to literally not engage in my argument.
In the Epstein files?
Can you admit that you've been cooked?
Can you repeat it one more time?
Yes, I actually can. So you believe it to be true, the accusations that victims of Epstein made against Epstein because they got settlements with the Epstein estate. If you do believe that to be true, then you also believe Jane Doe 4's accusation against Epstein, who got a settlement with the Epstein estate, by the way, right, about how Epstein trafficked her to Trump. Okay, that's an accusation she made about Epstein. She's a survivor of Epstein that got a settlement with the Epstein estate. You said there are accusations, you believe them to be true. Therefore, you believe this accusation to be true, and it implicates Trump. Watch. Can you repeat the question? Are you going to say that again? Think of the galaxy.
Jane Doe 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I should totally trust someone who has nothing to do with the president of the United States. Okay. No, I can't defend. No, to answer your question, no, I can't defend Jane Doe 4. No, you win. I can't defend Jane Doe 4's accusations.
So you believe them to be false? You think she's lying?
I don't think she's false. I don't think she's true, but I can't defend them.
Okay, so you don't believe her, but you said you do believe the victims of Epstein that got settlements with the Epstein estate. So then you do believe her.
No, I don't.
What? Why not? What's the relevant difference between her case and other victims that means you accept what other victims are saying, but you don't accept what she's saying? Is it just because it implicates Trump?
I don't accept what other victims are saying. I don't accept either.
So you don't accept any of the victims' accusations against Epstein?
Not unless it's proven in court.
So if they got a settlement with the Epstein estate, you don't believe their accusation?
No, I don't. Not unless it's proven in court.
Okay, isn't the settlement like kind of evidence that it was proven enough to say that they would just take the settlement?
No, it's not. It's not proven. No, it's not proven in court.
Okay.
It's just evidence that we don't want to spend the money to have to deal with this bullshit. It's not guilty like you want to proceed. No, it's not.
Obviously, there are plenty of cases where settlements are absolutely evidence that someone's guilty. There are countless circumstances where that's true, but not only is that true, but also here with the settlement does determine it to be true. You actually even acknowledged that earlier, and in doing that, you kind of disprove the point you're making right now, and the only reason you backed off on that is because you realize that it implicates Trump. You realize that I absolutely cooked you in this argument. You realize that you have no intellectual capability to respond to anything I've actually said, and you're too much of a potato to actually come up with an actual argument.
Ask Dean about me.
What's that?
Ask Dean about me.
Yeah, he said he dog walked you. He said that you're nuts. He said you're the biggest crash out ever. And you're potato brained. A potato has more neurons firing within it than your brain.
Bro, I just fucking told you. Like, we don't fucking prosecute people.
What the hell? What are you talking about? Yes, there absolutely were prosecutions. What are you talking about?
No.
Smack, are you actually serious right now? There's no way you're a real human being. Like, dude, come on.
Right.
I need you to engage with my argument. You realized I proved you wrong, and this is your biggest coping mechanism right now.
What was your realization of proving wrong? Go ahead.
Did you just ask me to repeat it again? Like after I said he was going to do it?
Yeah.
Smack.
Go ahead.
I think you were too smacked to have this conversation, sir.
Bro, I just fucking proved you.
You are way too smacked to have this conversation. Dude, I could take 1,000 milligrams and I'd be more coherent than you right now. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
No, you wouldn't. Come on. Bring another one up. Come on.
I'm going to kick you, Smack. You're a waste of time.
All right, big dog.
Go drink some electrolytes. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, this guy's insane, isn't he? As well as thank you for the $2. And Ruben, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. Eli, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Nico, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That's actually amazing. Thank you so much. It is so crazy, isn't it? Catherine as well. Thank you for the $5. Derek with the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I do on Twitch. As well as Taylor, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. I have some people to thank over on YouTube, but let's make sure to get this next person up here first. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. I should be on live for an hour and 12 more minutes, everybody, just letting y'all know. An hour and 12 more minutes, just letting everyone know. Elizabeth, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, no way. I didn't think I'd get on. What's up, Parker?
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, marginally, yeah.
Okay, like if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Just for transparency, I'm on a green card basis. I'm on a nationalization program with work. So, I wouldn't be credible to vote in the last election. but I'm credible to vote in the next election.
Okay. But do you support Trump? Like, if the election were held today and you could vote Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I'd say Trump, just marginally, but
Okay,
like I
but
have my
why?
reasons. Do you know what I really want to say, Parker, is free Palestine, man. I just want to say free Palestine.
Okay, I agree. I'm just looking for some debates, though. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 20.
Do you support
Hold on,
Trump?
let me pause this TV so you can hear me. Yes.
If the election
Yeah,
was
I
held...
wouldn't say I'm completely MAGA, but I would say that I am right-leaning. I do support a lot of the things he does.
If the election was held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Well, legally speaking, probably Kamala, because I don't think he...
Kamala? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. 18 plus, Trump supporter, everyone. We're just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. I'm 26.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I voted for Trump in the previous election. I live in Texas at the moment, but I have been a citizen of the United Kingdom for a while.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump, 100%.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
And
actually, what time is it?
What time is it? It's 11:25.
Okay, and can you tell me 2 states that border Texas?
Sorry?
Can you tell me 2 states that border Texas?
I'm a bit geographically stupid, to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you right now off the bat of my head. Like, geographically, I'm...
Can you name the capital of Texas?
No.
Can you name 2 cities in Texas?
No.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, Parker. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, so...
Do you support Trump?
Actually, I do.
Okay, if the election were held today...
I do because he's like a visionary.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Well, I'm not living in the States, so...
You don't live in the States?
Well, no, I'm European.
Okay. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Alrighty. Yo, what's up? How old are you? They actually said in the comment section, "Did you just kick me because I'm European?" You should read the criteria right here. It says only request if 18 plus, USA only, currently MAGA, you've never debated me before, and you are also ready to debate. So only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up, Parker, man?
I'm assuming they don't meet that criteria. Let's go to the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Hello? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 18.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, and what's your birth year?
08.
Okay, and what month?
March 20th.
Okay, and why do you support Donald Trump? Or actually, wait, no, I have some people to think over on YouTube, and then we can move on to our conversation. Just give me a quick second. If you're on YouTube, by the way, everyone...
Wait, hold on. Is it okay if I, record it so I can, look at it later?
You could just look at my YouTube later. I am recording.
Bet. All right.
It'd be better quality anyway.
Okay, yeah, I'll just drop you a follow there.
All right, let me thank some people real quick, then we can move on. Ando, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give us a W for them in the comment section right now for troll disposal compensation fee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Trevor with the $5 as well. Thank you very much. Jesus King, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. Actually, I think I already responded to that. Thank you. Daxon, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kate, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20. Thank you. So I've worked in local pageants. The dressing rooms aren't big enough for all the women in their clothes. The dressing area is the entirety of the backstage. And yes, they do not do get entirely undressed between outfit changes. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Katie as well. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Silver, thank you so much for the $2. Rodney, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Silver, thank you for the $2. Thank you. True. As well as Andrew, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Silver, thank you for the $2. And then Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I think I am fully caught up. Again, if you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as well as if you want to support me for free, make sure to tap that screen. If you're here on TikTok, let's try to get to 1.5 million likes. And if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes if we possibly can. I think right now we're currently at, let me see real quick. We are currently at, actually, let's try to get to 3,000 likes. We're currently at 2,200 likes. That's pretty sick. Thank you so much, everybody. That's actually incredible. Thank you. We're so far ahead. As well as Patrick, thank you for the $5.55 on Venmo. Thank you very much. Alrighty, why do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I mean, I just mainly have an issue with like the whole Epstein files thing and like how Kamala Harris was like in there and all. Like she was seen with like Albert Krismar, Cody Martinez, and then like Joe Cerruti and like these people.
The person who trolls me, who's just gonna like name a bunch of their friends. So let's just go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, 26.
Do you support
can you
Trump?
debate my dad?
Yeah. Is he there with you?
So me and him just had like a heated debate, and I was just wondering what time you're gonna be on tomorrow because I'm gonna try and get him on here.
For sure. I'll be on in the morning. I should be on at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be on for at least 4 hours.
All right, cool. Because yeah, he just like lost his shit. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get him on here tonight. And he was like, I'm not debating Parker. Get a job. Blah blah blah. So
Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow then. Appreciate you very much. Alrighty. Let's go into the next individual here real quick, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, Parker.
Yeah, do you support Trump?
For sure.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
For Trump.
And what's your birth year?
1995.
And how old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, and what month were you born?
March.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because there are so many crazy leftist lunatics like you.
Okay, how am I a quote-unquote crazy leftist lunatic?
Because you're saying that people coming here undocumented should be given a pathway to citizenship. That's just ridiculous.
Why? If they haven't committed a violent crime or any serious crime, why would that be ridiculous?
So any other countries, you go there, you overstay, you either get it deported or like a huge fine. But here, you come here undocumented, illegally, you get a pathway to citizenship.
Yeah, if you haven't committed a violent crime or a serious crime, you should be given a pathway to citizenship. I see no issue with that. I don't see how that's crazy. What negative impact would that have on our society?
I was watching your recordings on YouTube. Somehow they recommended to me, and I cannot believe that I just heard like you say something like that. That's just crazy to me.
How is it crazy?
How is it not crazy? You go to a country, you overstay, you get kicked out, and then here you're given a passport. How is it not crazy?
That's not what's happening right now. That's what I'm saying what should happen. And just because in other countries this law doesn't exist, doesn't mean it shouldn't exist in our country.
So you wanted to set a precedent in the whole world that America is going to be the first one if you come here undocumented, and then you're going to
immigration is very positive for our economy. Over the past 30 years, immigration has led to an increase in the GDP size by or decrease in the deficits by $14.5 trillion. That's a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not arguing immigration itself is bad. Legal immigration is bad because I am an immigrant. I'm an immigrant myself, and I think it's a good thing, But you have to come here legally. So what the hell do you want them to come here undocumented, and then as a reward you're going to give them a passport? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't see the problem. It should be
You don't
quick.
see.
There should be a quick legal process, and undocumented immigrants who
Bullshit.
haven't committed a bad crime, any serious crime or any violent crime, they should be given a pathway to citizenship. That'd be better for the country, better for our economy, better in terms of crime rates. It would ensure more
Do you
people
know
are
if
vetted in the country.
like what kind of message are you sending out to those people like who want to come to the country? Like what kind of
That we're the
message are you
land of the
sending to
free,
them?
the land of opportunity, and you can come here for a better life.
Yeah, come here legally, like like a
Yeah,
lot of
but like
people
that
do.
provides the people a quick legal pathway and ensures that immigration not only is going to carry us into the 22nd century, right, in terms of the largest economy, but also is going to
You,
ensure that we can maintain economic growth in the long run. Because the fact that we've had below replacement rates in terms of fertility rates for a long time, and a lot of the baby boomers are retiring, right? So we're reducing the level of productive capacity of our economy because a smaller overall percentage of our population is working. That's why our labor force participation rate is declining. And immigrants coming to our country actually have a higher labor force participation rate.
yeah, I'm not disputing that. I am for immigration, but for legal immigration.
Okay, I understand, but my process is legal immigration. It's just making the legal
Your
immigration
process is
process.
is dog shit.
How?
How is it not? What kind of message are you sending to those people who are currently like not in the US but want to come to the US right now?
Sir, I already
Like
answered
they're
your
gonna be
question,
like,
sir.
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. We're the land of the free. We're the land of opportunity. You can come here for the American dream. Immigration
Oh
not
yeah,
only
so
benefits the
we
immigrants coming
can
here, but also the people who are already here in this country.
right. We can just cancel all the visa programs, right? Like cancel all the embassies. Like just come here, walk right in. Welcome. Here's your passport.
No, it's not. It's not that you get citizenship right away. It's that you have a pathway to citizenship where you can stay in the country.
Jesus Christ!
There's
I
still a
just find
vetting
that
process.
I consider myself liberal, but you are like very like so far gone. Like really.
Okay. Well, I mean, regardless of whether you think that, I'm not the one who's running for political office. Kamala Harris wanted to criminalize undocumented entry, but wanted to make the legal process go quicker. So why would you choose to not vote for Kamala Harris? Because you dislike me.
Because under Harris and Biden, there were like at least like 5 million illegals crossing into the U.S. through the border.
Less than 4
And that
million
is just
undocumented immigrants came in the country. Also, that's not because of the Biden-Harris administration policy. That's because of economic insecurity that existed all around the world due to global inflation. And by the end of the
oh yes,
Biden-Harris
yes, yes, yes,
administration,
yes.
there were lower daily crossings on a daily average compared to the end of Trump's first administration. So the border
Oh
that
yeah,
Biden handed over to Trump is actually more secure than the border he inherited from Trump.
yeah. I heard about this. Like you're talking about this, and I think that's just stupid. You
You
have a
say
lot of
everything I view
illegal
is stupid,
crossings,
but you
and then
can't actually demonstrate
you
that.
blame it on the global economy. Okay, and then when
I
there is
referenced global
basically
trends because of the global pandemic
okay,
causing
then
supply chain
who's
effects. Yeah, that's a fact.
all right? Then who should take credits for like the status quo right now, where there is like basically no illegal crossing right now?
Well, I would say that specifically, Trump has created worse off conditions within our country, so less people want to come here. That's not just true for undocumented immigration. That's also true for tourism. That's also true for illegal immigration. So I think that's actually just because he's made the conditions in our country worse off, right? Not because he's made it better off.
See what I'm talking about. See how I'm talking about? Like you're crazy. You're
How am
such
I
a
crazy?
lunatic. So
Because I
there
dunk
are
on you in debates, because I can prove you
nah,
wrong and explain
there are
why.
5 million illegal crossings, but
Less
it's
than
not
4
their
million.
fault.
Less than 4 million. And again, immigration is very positive to our economy.
What do you mean there's less than 4? There are more than 5 million. Get your numbers right.
No, but less than 4 million change. Look at Pew Research. They have determinations in terms of undocumented immigrants and the numbers of how many are undocumented in our country. Trump
there were
claimed
more
like
than
20,
2
30
million.
million, which is a total lie. And you
There
already
were
acknowledged
two.
that's a lie because you said 5
There were
million.
two. Okay. There were more than 2 million illegal crossings in 2022, and then in 2023 there were also more than 2 million, and then in 2024 the number dropped a little bit, is 1.5 million.
Sir, you know that people just crossing into the country is not evidence of people staying in our country?
Those are the people
Or
who
that they
crossed
were
the border
allowed to come into
illegally.
our country? You know that like the encounters that you're referencing at the border, not everyone stays in your country.
Yeah, but they enter the country illegally. They don't have to stay here forever to commit a
Wait,
crime.
the population of undocumented immigrants went up by less than 4 million.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. That's according to Pew Research. You can
Yes,
code.
go ahead
I
and
know
look
that
at
your
it. I'm looking at
fifis
it
and your
right now.
tum-tum, I know your fifis and your tum-tum hurt, but that's the facts.
I'm looking at it right now, and it says I'm right.
Oh, Pew Research?
Yes. Go to the title. Migrant encounters at the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's not encounters. Look up Pew Research, undocumented immigrant population.
I'm looking at the article right now, and it says there are more than 5 million people entering the country illegally.
No, look at the population.
Under the Biden
look at population.
administration.
If you look at population, it says that there's 14 million undocumented immigrants in the country, and it went from 10.5 million to 14 million. That's less than 4 million.
Anyways, so you think it's a good thing? Even if there was like only 4 million people, you think it's good?
I think that that's better than what we have under Trump. I think that facilitated better conditions. I think undocumented immigrants are not a threat to our undocumented immigrants are not this big threat to our society. And under the Democrats' administrations, we are prioritizing going after those that have actually committed violent crimes and bad crimes, not just people who are coming here for a better life. We acknowledge that if the legal process were quicker, that more people that have come through the process undocumented would have gone through said legal process.
Yes, you say that it's not that bad because you have not experienced, something personally.
Okay. What material negative impact have you experienced because of undocumented immigration?
I think the society, the entirety of society suffers as a whole if there is no law and order. Don't you agree?
Sir, you voted for a convicted felon held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, who pardoned violent rioters, who beat police officers, and called them patriots. Would you like to tell me specifically how it materially has benefited you, sir?
The entirety of society will benefit if people come here legally.
How is undocumented immigration negatively impacted you materially?
I don't need that to affect me personally, but the society as a whole.
Wait, so you said I don't believe this because it hasn't impacted me personally. Bro, it hasn't impacted you personally either. So what the fuck are you talking about? I think the evidence of the fact that it hasn't impacted you personally is kind of evidence of my point. I can point to things that have impacted you personally because of Trump's administration, i.e. tariffs. Right? It increased the prices of consumer products. Inflation would have been below pre-pandemic levels of inflation if Donald Trump never imposed tariffs in the first place, according to the Federal Reserve report that came out recently.
That's just ridiculous. I like how you can just pivot something that's so obvious and then turn into something that I obviously don't stand for. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's so obvious that the illegal crossing numbers are down, and then you think Trump doesn't deserve any credit for it, despite the fact that
it hasn't impacted you in any negative way. Undocumented immigration is not negatively impacting you. You got fear-mongered. You got fear-mongered into thinking something was a big problem when it wasn't that big of a problem. You got fear-mongered, you got misinformed, you got brainwashed by Trump and his cult. You are not actually believing anything based upon evidence, based upon facts, or based on anything that meaningfully impacts you in your life, and then you voted for someone that has negatively impacted you on a personal level. Your gas prices are higher right now, GDP growth is lower right now, real median wage growth is lower right now than what it was when Biden was in office, job growth is worse off than when Biden was in office, real domestic manufacturing investment has declined every single quarter of Trump's administration so far. Right? Trump has made billions off of the position of the presidency. Trump has literally been violating the law, not releasing all of the Epstein files, even though he's legally obligated to do so. Trump is saying that he's not going to listen to the War Powers Act that literally he's legally obligated to follow just because he doesn't feel like it.
When you ask me, was I personally affected? But the answer is no, I am not. But other people have, people like what's
like the 10 million people cut off their access to health insurance through Medicaid through the big beautiful bill. The 420,000 kids cut off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month. The 2.5 million people cut off their access to food stamps on average every month. The 14 million people that will die over the next 10 years because of the lack of U.S. aid funding that the Trump administration cut. What about any of those things?
What about Lincoln Riley's family? Huh?
That told you to stop bringing up her name? What policy has Trump? What policy would have Trump passed that would have prevented that from happening? Because undocumented immigrants have still killed people when Trump's in office.
The fact that there is like minimum illegal crossing right now. Don't you think that's a
But there's
good
still
thing?
undocumented immigrants that have killed people under Trump's watch. Do you blame Trump for all of those deaths?
I don't blame Trump for all those deaths, but
why not?
But who are those people? Like, what are the time when they enter the country? They must have entered the country under Biden because 5 million people. Come on.
Well, actually, I just want to clarify. I was talking about, like, even if we want to reference Trump's first term, for example, because in his first term, he didn't cause the level of reduction in crossings that you're referencing. Actually, under his first term, crossings doubled comparative to Obama.
There are like 5 million people walking in the American streets right now, and we don't even know who they are. That's just so ridiculous. And you're up for that. You're like, oh, give them a pathway to citizenship.
Yeah, if you haven't committed a violent crime or serious crime, yeah.
They have.
I mean, you're just a snowflake that doesn't want to actually care about benefiting your country, and instead you vote for policies that disenfranchise the average American at the behest of a corrupt orange man in the Oval Office that is literally sexually abused people.
Yeah, the fact that I'm actually here speaking to you right now means I care so much about this country because
it doesn't.
Clearly you don't.
You care to undermine this country.
You
care
don't.
about
You don't.
Trump's
at all.
undermining our Constitution, our rule of law, our democracy, our core fundamental American values, and you literally are clapping it on. He is the most anti-American president in the modern era, and you're clapping it on.
Let me ask you, what will Trump benefit? When he advocates for like a strong border, what will he benefit?
A distraction, gets elected. He quite literally, for example,
why would he get
he called
elected
for people in Congress
for saying that?
He called
Answer
for
the
people.
question.
He called for people in Congress to undermine a bipartisan border bill under the Democrats' administration because he didn't want the Democrats to get a win on the border. Why'd he do that? If he cares so much about actually addressing the conditions of the border, he's not just using it as a thing to fearmonger people into voting for him, then explain to me why he undermined that bipartisan border bill, which is historic levels of congressional legislation, right, in negotiation that hasn't been done in 30 years for the level of negotiation relating to immigration.
I don't know anything about that, so I have to get it checked.
He said blame it on me if the border bill fails. Because he didn't want the Democrats to get a win, because he cared more about running on the border being an issue than actually fixing the conditions at the border.
Yeah, if the Democrats are so serious about the border security, why haven't they been advocating for it?
They were. I just told you the bipartisan border bill.
Not.
Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet?
Give me one video.
Do you want to bet?
Give me one video. The degree that Kamala Harris or Biden made a comment about the border situation, like the way Trump did. Tell me. Where is it?
Watch.
Administration worked on the most significant border security bill in decades. Some of the most conservative Republicans in Washington, D.C. supported the bill. Even the Border Patrol endorsed it. It was all set to pass. But at the last minute, Trump directed his allies in the Senate to vote it down. He tanked the bipartisan deal because he thought it would help him win an election. Which goes to show Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. And when I am president, I will work to actually solve the problem. So here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it.
Okay, those are just words, but
okay.
I believe
You said, can you give me any clip of her saying that she was going to do this like how Trump did? I give you an exact clip of her doing so, and you say, oh, that's just words. That's what you asked for, my guy. And it's just words because you didn't vote for her, because you voted against her. What are you talking about?
We were talking about different things. Okay.
Oh, come
I am
on. You're being
asking you
dishonest.
to give you.
You're being so
I'm
dishonest.
asking you to give
What did you ask me
where
for?
She's saying that if you come here illegally, you need to get out, like the way Trump did. Where did
Wait,
she say that?
she said don't come here to people specifically. And also, by the way, I just gave you an example of her saying that she wanted to pass the bipartisan border bill and that she would address the problem. You said give me a single clip of her saying that she would address the problem. I literally gave you a clip of her exactly saying that, and you're like, "Oh, it's just her saying that." Dude, that's what you asked for. You are just moving the goalpost because I proved you wrong.
No, you didn't.
I did. I blatantly proved you wrong. Admit it.
If she's so marvelous, then why there were like more than 5 million illegal crossings under her?
You're just repeating this. You're just repeating the same point because of economic.
You didn't answer the question though.
Yeah, because of economic insecurity around the world due to global inflation, because of supply chain issues relating to the pandemic, had nothing to do with things that she did. What did she do that caused that? Tell me.
Oh God! So you blame this?
Answer the question.
The global
what did she do that caused that?
She's being soft on immigration, like
by doing what? What did she do that caused that? What policy did she change that caused that?
She didn't do any. She didn't have any policies, but she was very soft on immigration.
So she maintained the same policies Trump had. Is that what you just said?
Trump was very tough on immigration.
Wait. You just said that you just said she did nothing. So she maintained the same policies that existed.
Wait, come again?
You said that she didn't pass any policy, so she maintained the same policies that existed? That
but
that
she's
were under
very
Trump?
soft on immigration.
Versus the jump gun. So you're saying Trump was soft under immigration?
Trump was very tough on immigration. The way
okay, so if Trump was wait. So if she didn't pass any law, then you're saying the border was going to just stay secure, because it was already secure from Trump, right?
I just don't like the fact that you can just
did Trump secure the border?
Yes, he did.
Okay, if Harris didn't pass any policy, then what did she do to unsecure the border?
But she's been very soft on immigration. People
answer the question.
But
the border was already secure.
And have some catch and release.
Sir, the border was already secure. Catch and release is for asylum. That's a legal immigration process.
And people can exploit it on that, you know.
And that's why there was the bipartisan border bill that wanted to address the conditions in terms of asylum to reduce the likelihood of people coming here if they have an invalid asylum claim. But who undermined that bill? Donald Trump.
They just didn't care. They just wanted more.
What do you mean they didn't care? So then why did Donald Trump undermine that bill?
They didn't care.
Then why did Donald Trump undermine that bill?
I don't know. Political reasons. I don't know.
There we go. Exactly. He cared more about actually running on.
No,
he cared more about fear-mongering you into voting for him than he actually cared about addressing the conditions of the border. And by the way, you think that he was better to address the conditions of the border, even though she, actively speaking, had a plan, had a policy, was trying to get so done, and he's the one that tried to undermine it because he didn't want her to get a win, because he knew it would be a win. As well as Silver, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. First, he says it didn't have to directly impact him positively in a tangible way to defend removing the undocumented, but then admits after that it didn't impact him negatively either. What? He's a complete idiot. Well, thank you so much. Vicky, thank you so much for the $10. And Gabby, thank you for the $20 as well. Thank you very much on Venmo. I appreciate it. Thank you. Why won't you admit you're wrong?
I'm not wrong. Why would I be wrong?
Yeah, I already explained how you're wrong.
Am I wrong for advocating for people coming here through illegal channel? Is that wrong?
No, but that's also what the Democrats advocated for. We wanted to make the legal process go quicker.
That's what not you advocate for.
Well, of course,
you have a platform, you have a voice, so you're gonna influence a lot of people coming here illegally.
How am I influencing people to come here undocumented? That makes no sense.
You're saying like, oh yeah, come here and we're going to give you a passport, you know?
No, I never said we're going to do this. I said this is the policy I support. This isn't even a broad policy in the Democratic Party. I already acknowledged the Democratic Party's position is criminalize undocumented entry, focus on people who have come here and committed violent crimes and bad crimes to a proportionally higher extent, and then make the legal immigration process go quicker. That's the Democratic policy on immigration. What do you disagree with in terms of that policy?
And the excuse.
Answer the question. What do you disagree with in terms of that policy?
Disagree with what policy?
The ones I just mentioned. So I'll explain one more time. So they want to make the legal process go quicker. They want to criminalize undocumented entry and want to proportionally go after those to a greater extent who have committed violent crimes and bad crimes. Okay? What about that policy do you disagree with?
I don't disagree with that. I think that's very good.
That's the Democratic policy.
That's not the reality.
So by the way, you agree with the Democratic policy. Thanks for the concession.
But that's not the reality, though.
Wait, you said it's. But so then why are you arguing this? I mean, it's irrelevant.
Because if that were true, if that were the reality, then why there were like 5 million illegal crossings under their administration?
Dude, why do you keep repeating the same thing after I've already responded to this multiple times? It sounds
Because
like at this point you're not actually asking a question that's meant to be answered. You're just trying to make a talking point that literally has no actual critical thought and analysis behind it.
Yes, and let me restate what you answered, okay? You said the reason why there were more than 5 million people crossing the border illegally is because of global economic instability and something. And my argument, you didn't let me finish because you were talking a lot. My argument is the administration back then didn't really want to, tackle this issue because you're telling me the strongest military in the whole world cannot stop that illegal crossing if they wanted to, despite the fact that there is global economic instability. If they really wanted to solve the problem, if they really wanted to stop people from coming into the country, you think they couldn't have done that if they really wanted to?
There was no basis for using or sending the military to enforce border laws.
Because that was not their intention.
And two, how would you do that?
Because they didn't care.
How would you do that?
If they wanted to,
how would you do that?
Would
you maybe need a congressional law passed?
They didn't need a congressional law to send more border agents or military there.
Why didn't Trump do that under his first administration?
Yeah. So why did Trump do that? Trump did that.
No. Why didn't Trump do that under his first administration?
Because the border situation was not as severe.
Wait. Okay. But the level of border encounters 2x under Trump's administration comparative to Obama.
Well, then that should be his fault then. But he could.
Wait, so then why didn't he militarize the border?
The administration could have done that. And why
why didn't he militarize the border?
Yeah, why didn't Biden?
I'm asking you the question. Why didn't Trump militarize the border under his first admin?
I don't know, but he did. The situation is a much